After Beatty leaves the house, Montag starts frantically reading books, trying to make sense of the information inside of them, while Millie grows increasingly more agitated, worried about Beatty coming back and burning up her entire family. Montag knows he needs a teacher to help him make sense of the ideas within books, and he recalls an event a year ago where he ran into a man in a park named Faber. He chose to sit down next to him rather than turning him in to the firemen. Montag goes to Faber's house, and his desperation convinces Faber that he must help him. Faber tells him that it's not books that he needs, but the things that are inside of books. Faber admits, though, that he's been a coward and he should have spoken up whenever he noticed society declining, but he chose to remain silent. The longer they talk, the more nervous Faber becomes. Montag knows he needs Faber in order to understand what's happening inside of books, and begins ripping pages out of the Bible to convince Faber. Faber, out of desperation, finally agrees, and they hatch a plan to frame firemen by stashing books inside of their houses and then reporting them. Faber gives Montag an earpiece to wear so that he can communicate with him on the down low. Montag returns to the firehouse where all of the men are playing poker. Beatty, during the poker game, begins reciting quotes from books to illustrate how confusing they can be and how contradictory they can be to one another. Montag is incredibly nervous because he doesn't want Beatty to know that he has books and has been trying to make sense of them. Beatty continues pushing and pushing Montag, almost to a breaking point, when an alarm sounded. Beatty gets the report, and all of the men hop into the fire truck and head to their destination. They pull up to the job site, and Montag realizes, with shock, that they're at his house. Mildred walks out, and he asks her whether or not she put in the alarm. All Mildred is concerned with is her family, those people inside the parlor walls. She knows that they will be destroyed, and that is what breaks her heart. Beatty tells Montag that he has to be the one to destroy his house, and he can't do it quickly. He's got to go through his entire house, destroying it piece by piece. Montag starts the blaze. As he does so, Beatty is behind him, egging him on, talking about how naive he was and stupid he was for believing anything inside of books. Montag's heart is broken. He's crushed. Beatty tells Montag as soon as he's finished, he'll be arrested. As Montag emerges from his scorched house, Beatty punches him. This knocks the seashell that Faber had given him out of his ear. Beatty picks up the seashell, realizing how invested Montag is in this new world of information and books. He threatens to find out who's on the other end of the seashell. Montag loses it and turns his flamethrower onto Beatty. The other firemen stand there stunned. Beatty is engulfed in flames and killed. Montag is now on the run. The mechanical hound has been targeted at Montag. He has to run, and he has to run quickly. On his way, he stops by one of the other firemen's houses and plants a book. Then he stops by a phone and calls in an alarm. Montag also stops by Faber's house to apologize for ruining him and to seek some advice. Faber suggests that he head for the river so the hound will lose him. He's heard rumors that there are people with Harvard degrees that are hobos running on the railroad tracks. He suggests to Montag to find those people where he will be safe, people he can learn from. All while this is happening, Montag hears the news of the police and firemen searching for him. They have live footage streaming. To try to catch him, the news anchor suggests everybody open their front door and step out to look for a man running through the city. Montag knows he has a limited amount of time, so he sprints as hard as he can to get to the river. The countdown begins. 1, 2, 3, 4. At 10, Montag hits the water, and he is taken downstream. The river feels safe and peaceful. Montag floats for some time. As he hits land, he begins walking on the railroad tracks, looking for this group of hobos that Faber heard rumors of.